Hello, dear children. Today I am here to teach you Social Science of Class 7, History Chapter 2. The name of the chapter is New Kings and Kingdoms, Part 1. In this chapter, we will discuss the following topics. So let's overview the topics. Number 1, Introduction. Number 2, the Rajput period. Number 3, the Palas of Bengal. Number 4, Turkish invasions. And number 5, the kingdoms of the Deccan and South India. So children, let's start our chapter New Kings and Kingdoms. Children, take a look at the map and see the extent of Emperor Harshvardhana's empire in 647 CE. His empire is shown in pink color. Emperor Harshvardhana had a mighty empire and covered whole northern India, which included Magdha, Kannauj, Ujjain, Vallabhi, and many more. Thus, his kingdom included present-day Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Bengal, Odisha, and East Punjab. Now, take a look at this map of India at the close of 9th century CE. Children, note the changes in comparison to the previous map. After the death of Harshvardhana in 647 CE, his empire broke up into several small states and kingdoms. The states and kingdoms were not at peace. They started fighting with each other. Children, do you know why? Because these new kingdoms were trying to conquer the others. With time, many warriors and chieftains came to power under their kings. They were called Samantas, or in Hindi Samant, or subordinates. Children, with time, these subordinates became more powerful than the rulers and broke away from them and became independent rulers. In the course of time, parts of northern and western India were taken over by the Rajputs. The more important of the Rajput kingdoms were the Gurjar Pratiharas of Mandor, number 2, the Chauhans of Ajmer, number 3, the Parmaras of Malwa, and number 4, the Chandelas of Bundelkhand. Over rest of India, powerful dynasties ruled. On the eastern side were the Palas who held sway in Bengal. In the Deccan region, the Rashtrakutas and the Chalukyas established powerful kingdoms, while in South India, the Pandyas, the Cholas, and the Cheras ruled there. Now, let's start topic number 2, the Rajput period. The Rajputs were clans or social groups based around present day Rajasthan. They were descent from Kshatriyas. The Rajputs were staunch Hindus. They created large empires and resisted the coming of Arabs and Turks from western direction of India. They protected their land and religion with strong patriotism. Their contribution to the politics and culture of India between 8th and 12th centuries CE was so immense that this period of Indian history came to be called the Rajput period. Now, let's discuss the Rajput period. Point number 1, the Gurjar Pratiharas. First of all, about Gurjar. Many historians claim that Gurjar came to India with Huns at the end of 5th century CE. Huns were a warlike tribe from Central Asia. They established kingdoms in present day Punjab and southern Rajasthan. But by the time Huan Sang visited India in 7th century CE, It was considered that they were Kshatriyas and of Indian origin. Now, about the Pratiharas. They were one of the most powerful of various Gurjar clans. The empire they established to be known as the Gurjar Pratiharas as shown in the map. The empire of Gurjar Pratiharas. Number 1. Nagbhata first, 730 to 756 CE. He established the Pratihara dynasty and took control of Ujjain. He was known for his repeated resistance to Arab invasions. The empire of Gurjar Pratiharas. Number 2. Nagbhata II. After almost a century, he captured Kannauj, the imperial city of Emperor Harshvardhana, and made it his capital. The empire of Gurjar Pratiharas. Point number 3. Bhuja first, 836 to 886 CE. He was Nagbhatta's grandson and was a powerful ruler. He extended his territory from the foothills of the Himalayas to river Narmada and from Bengal to Sindh. Children, but Gurjar Pratihara Empire broke into several independent kingdoms around 950 CE, and around 1019 CE, Mahmud of Ghazni took control of Kannauj and thus ended the Pratihara dynasty. The Rajput period. Point number 2. The Chahmanas or Chauhans of Ajmer. As the powers of North and East India, like Pratiharas, Palas, and Rashtrakutas, began to decline, smaller feudal lords grew in strength and ousted their rulers. Chahmanas, later known as Chauhans, are believed to have been originally a desert tribe from the west of Jaipur. In the 12th century CE, Ajay Raja broke free from the Gurjar Pratiharas and established the Chauhan dynasty. He built his capital at Ajay Meru or Ajmer. Now let's discuss about Chauhan Empire. At its peak, the Chauhan Empire extended from Haryana to Ajmer and Jaipur in the east to Jodhpur in the west. Prithviraj Chauhan. The best known Chamana ruler was Prithviraj Chauhan, who ascended the throne in 1177 CE. Prithviraj was a brave warrior. His life has been immortalized by the poet Chand Bardai in his famous poem Prithviraj Rasu. In that poem, Chand Bardai describes how Prithviraj Chauhan loved and abducted the daughter of Raja Jayachandra of Kannauj. Muhammad Gauri and the First Battle of the Rhine. In 1191 CE, Prithviraj defeated Muhammad Gauri in the First Battle of the Rhine. Muhammad Gauri was a Turkish invader. Muhammad Gauri and the Second Battle of the Rhine. Though in 1191 CE, Prithviraj Chauhan defeated Muhammad Gauri in the First Battle of the Rhine, but in the following year, Prithviraj was defeated by Gauri in the Second Battle of the Rhine. Children, this defeat could have been avoided if Jayachandra of Kannauj had joined forces with Prithviraj. However, Jayachandra was angry at the abduction of his daughter. He refused to come to Prithviraj Chauhan's help. This battle is believed to be a turning point in the history of India. The Rajput period, point number 3, the Parmaras of Malwa. The Parmaras dynasty of Rajputs, they ruled the region around Malwa from the 10th to 12th century CE. Their area is encircled in map. Raja Bhoj 1010 to 1060 CE. The most famous ruler of this dynasty was Raja Bhoj, who ruled from 1010 to 1060 CE. Children, Raja Bhoj is not to be confused with Bhoja of Pratihara's dynasty. Both of them belong to different period. From one of the most important sources of information about the origin of the Parmaras and Rajputas, we come to know that they were originally feudal lords under Rashtrakutas. Raja Bhoj was a philosopher and a prolific writer. The capital of Parmaras was at Dhar. The Parmaras ruled till 1305 CE when Malwa was conquered by Alauddin Khilji, the Khilji Sultan of Delhi. That's all for today. See you in the next video. Till then, take care. Goodbye.